Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Dorothy, but there was something I had to take care of.
That's all right.
A famous person. Very, very famous.
A special bond. I can't imagine life without her telling me what a yutz I am, what a lousy husband I was, how my toupee looks like a monkey's behind. God, I love that woman.
I do too. Oh, what are we going to do if she doesn't make it?
She's going to be fine. Come on.
Good morning, Pussycat.
What's so pussycat about it? Do you have any idea of how furious I am with you? All these years, I have given up things so that you could have a decent life. No, Ma, I don't need new shoes. I want you to play bingo. No, Ma, I don't need that vacation. You need...
About it. Her name is Catherine. We met at the post office. We discovered we had a lot in common.
Oh, is she bald, too?
For the first few months, I found myself sending her flowers, candy, friendship notes for no special reason.
Oh, that's lovely, Stan. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I read in a book by some dame...
Get real, Grandma. Either way, I'll get the bike. My folks will feel terrible because two mean old ladies forced me to return my toy. And because it was ruined in the accident on the way back to their house.
Accident?
See this water pistol? It's loaded with red...
Positive, you left it on the couch.
Oh, we gotta find that jacket. This is driving me crazy. All right. I wasn't gonna say anything, but since it's kind of my fault, I'll pay for a new jacket out of my share. What do you mean it's kind of your fault? Do you know where the jacket is, Sophia?
What did you do with it, Ma?
Stand back. I know how to use this.
Anna, they're worried about you back at the home. I'm afraid you're gonna have to come with me.
Attention! Express to Cedar Grove, River Junction, Northern Falls, now boarding.
Crying out loud, Jacob, there's 3 people here. You could have just pointed to the door.
And she can stay here until we find her a place.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I mean, if nobody minds. Mind? Why should we mind? Dorothy, could I see you in the living room for a moment? Are you out of your mind?
What?
I went out to the garage to feed her, and her cage was empty. Where could she be?
Now, Green Team, you'll have 15 seconds to grab as much money as you can. Who's going to grab today?
I'm going to grab today, Guy.
Wonderful, Dorothy. You ought to make quite a haul with those meat hooks. Tiffany, let's have our big money smock and the big money goggles.
I mean, a few hot flashes, and that was it. Oh, I've heard about those hot flashes. They didn't bother me. Oh, I live in Florida. Who can tell the difference between a hot flash and a weather front? Oh, but it's also depressing. I had a cousin once didn't get her period for 20 years. Then at 72, she got pregnant. Boy, I've got to stop seeing these things at dinner theaters. How's it going out there?
The stripper used to be a cop, and the cop always wanted to be a dancer. Now they're wearing each other's hats, and it's really getting weird. Ma still won't join us.
She's still upset.
Any sign of Rose?
Not yet.
You know, Dorothy, I'm a little nervous. I mean, Rose was on those pills for 30 years. Now, if 1 month in the hospital has really helped her kick the habit, she may not be the same Rose we know. I mean, she may be an entirely different person. I know because it happened.
I feel like Hans the plate spinner. Yeah, funny thing about Rose. Oh my God, Dorothy, I need help.
Rose, you're headed for a meltdown. Now make a point. Any point.
The point of the story, actually 2 of the stories.
Got a phone call. Oh, from a Glenn somebody.
Glenn O'Brien?
Uh-huh.
Did he leave a number?
Who's Glenn O'Brien? He's the married guy she shacked up with 4 years ago.
And look, I'm not proud of what I did, but didn't seem so bad at the time. He was trapped in a bad marriage.
There's no such thing as being trapped in a marriage.
And I vowed right then and there never, ever to fight over something so childish and silly again. My favorite!
I have a sister story I think you'll find interesting.
She didn't just break it, she made it so the eyes would never close again. She made Mrs.
I have.
You know, I think you have a point there, Rose.
Well, sure, you work with the senior citizens, you put in time at the daycare center, and you were the volunteer dummy for the fireman CPR class. And don't forget that program was my idea, too. Well, maybe you're right, I might have a small chance. After all, besides you, who else is there?
Oh, no, listen to this. 9:30 confirmed surgery for the following day.
Surgery? On what?
That's all it says.
Oh, my God.
Oh, now, honey, don't panic. I mean, it may not be anything serious.
Of course it's serious. If it was minor, he would have told me about it. That's why he's been living for the day. Of course, nobody ever made fun of her for that. Anyway, when old Space Needle was in high school, she drank some cherry herring and made love in the backseat of a Fjord Fierlane. Local car.
It's only been rerun 3 times.
Hello, what has gotten into you lately? Before you retired, you were the most active man I ever knew. I had to run to keep up with you. Now you're nothing but a couch potato. You should do more, Al. You've earned it. Isn't there one thing you've always dreamed of? Shy about meeting someone through the personals. Oh, he and I have so much in common. We both love all dairy foods, and we both requested to stand next to Burt Parks in Hands Across America. I think he sounds very nice.
Are you going to go out with him?
Oh, I could never go out with him. That was just an experiment.
Known each other a long time. I mean, things like this just happen. There is nothing wrong with 2 people showing each other how they feel. We're just friends.
We're scum.
Herring balls?
Oh, it's stuff to do. And no one likes me anyway.
You know, first of all, buddy boy, life is full of crappy stuff to do. It's everywhere, so you better get used to it. The president has crappy stuff to do. Second of all, your grandmother happens to like you. My mother likes you. She doesn't hit anyone.
Up, it's after midnight.
Sophia and I are going into business.
How did she talk you into this, Rose?
Oh, Sophia didn't talk me into it. As she said, if I had half a brain, I'd have thought of it myself. Besides, it'll be fun, Dorothy. Just like when I was a little girl and sold Belgian waffles alongside the road.
Right.
Dorothy, let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sicily, 1922. A young military officer stationed far from home. He wanders the streets seeking a friendly face and a glass of Chianti. Finally, he happens into a dusty little cafe, experimenting with something new, but it didn't work out.
Dorothy, he's only trying to do his job. It can't be very pleasant for him either.
Actually, as far as stakeouts go, it's kind of nice here.
I thought you couldn't help with those things on.
It won't be long before I meet nice people and make some new friends. I have a real good feeling about that. So, I just wanted you to know what I decided. I hope to be in Florida before the next winter comes.
Actresses, pick up an inquiry sometime. You learned something.
I am exhausted. I have spent this entire day bed shopping.
Have you no shame? Bed hopping nowadays is sexually irresponsible.
Not bed hopping, Ma, bed shopping.
Yeah, once I understood that that's what you were supposed to do. It wasn't some colossal joke, you know. I mean, didn't you think it was a ridiculous thing to do the first time? No. Well, I certainly didn't.
Ma, it's the 90s. You can call it what it is. Our monthly visitor.
No, The Curse of the Strega. It was a curse laid on you by Lena Passarelli, our village witch.
What village? I was born in Brooklyn.
Here's a news flash. Witches can fly.
Why did...
Think this is gonna work?
I don't know. We should just go along with whatever she wants to do. The important thing is to keep Rose's mind occupied.
Hey, give me some lipstick.
You're making this up.
I am not. My grandfather told me that story. Of course, he also used to call me by my sister's name. And sometimes he'd wear his underwear on the outside of his pants. I guess he wasn't a very...
Should these be lower?
All right, this is it. Now don't forget, you've got something he wants.
Yeah. What?
Don't worry, it'll all come back to you. Take your glasses off. And you know, it's a good idea.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
I guess we'll have to cancel.
Oh, no, we can't cancel. Oh, Frank, first grade is when kids take an interest in reading. Why can't we recast it with adults?
Where are we going to find an adult with the childlike naivete to play Henny Penny?
And you can smell their pipe tobacco. And their maleness. And then their arm accidentally brushes against your bosoms, and the room is filled with the heat of a taboo lust.
It's your job, you decide. It don't work that way on my show.
Yeah. Elaborate.
My actors are more than happy to tell me which line they would like. But I remember Betty, after all her experience and with all her family.
They found a donor with the rare blood type he needed. Gee, you save a guy's life, all you get is apple juice and a cookie?
Dorothy? What did she say, honey? What did she say?
Fine, okay, if you think that's best.
Oh, Ma.
So anyway, Dorothy, like I was saying about Grammy's plantation.
I cannot believe you.
You said you weren't going to talk about this till later.
I know, but Ma almost died.
Well, she's got her color back, hasn't she?
Shampoo.
I was talking about your fable. Listen, Rose, I've come up with an idea. Now, with your stories and my illustrations, we just might have a bestseller here. What do you say to us teaming up and writing a kid's storybook together?
Oh, Blanche, that's a terrific idea. Oh, when my children were small. The paper. It isn't about winning the award next year.
Oh, now, that's the spirit.
It's about getting that dead woman's name off of this one.
We have to talk.
There is nothing for us to talk.
A surprise for you.
Oh, look at these watches. They must have cost you a fortune.
They did.
Where'd you get the money?
Is that what you say to someone who just bought you a gift?
Ma, I asked you a question.
I never...
Just have to do until Disney unveils their Dumbo line. I better grab something to eat before Eddie gets here.
Wait a minute. Why don't you just go out to eat?
There never seems to be enough time.
$400? Back in St. Olaf, the most expensive room is $18.50. And that includes the cow.
All right, Rose, why would you want a cow in the room?
It's the law.
Bad, I never really liked it much anyway. It's just that my grandmother gave this to me on her deathbed. She was very, very sick for a very, very long time. I loved her very, very much.
Blanche, why don't you just grind the broken piece?
Baxter! Excuse us.
How much longer are you planning on staying in town, Biff?
Hard to tell.
Well, I'm going to keep my eye on you.
The sun was mighty hot today, wasn't it, Joe?
In this way, I feel like a murderer.
Now, I will not hear any more of that nonsense. It was a freak occurrence on a tennis court, that is all.
She's right, Dorothy. You did nothing wrong. Technically, I mean, nothing that would hold up in a court of law.
But why Trudy? She was there
and hit those books.
Oh, if you want a diploma, you have to apply yourself. Do you think Bob Hope got all those degrees without studying?
Rose, let me handle this. Listen, Blanche, nobody said that going back to...
You know, Sophia, all of a sudden I feel so much better.
I had a feeling at your age a good cliche would work. Now eat this.
What is it?
That's a meatball and pepper sandwich. If that doesn't put the weight on you, nothing will. Okay, get suited up. All right.
Not that prettier has anything to do with it, but I just am.
You know, Rose, I have a confession to make. I have always dreamed of the chance to raise another baby.
Well, Dorothy, if you're lucky, maybe someday one of your uncles...
You to Shady Pines when you have a hernia.
You took me there after I had a stroke?
I'm not getting anywhere. Blanche, you talk to her.
A wet bar.
Blanche! Look, Ma, I love you, and I know what's best for you. And besides, I don't want to feel pangs of guilt for the next 20 years.
I'll give you so much more than I can. You'd live in a mansion, you'd have servants, you'd do your grocery shopping with Bert Convy.
And you'll have your space, and you can sit home on Friday night and become an old maid like your Aunt Regina, and you won't have to listen to me nag.
Then I guess it's all settled.
Jerry, hello.
Hello, Rose. I'm sorry about all this.
Oh, sorry. There's no need to be sorry. I'm a man who acknowledged he had a problem, and I'm seeing somebody about it. Now,
Goodbye, Stan. He's our mailman. We just allowed him to get a little too close.
Jerry, I'd like you... Mr. Thurber, I don't believe I quite understand your problem.
Well, then I guess I don't have a problem.
Mr. Thurber, this is a crisis center. I'm a trained counselor.
100% tip-top mental. My daughter may be no spring chicken, and her jaw might crack when she chews. And she may have noticeable trouble digesting raw vegetables. But one thing she's not is mental. Actions on the blackboard in the kitchen. Ow, my tooth! Oh, yeah, I forgot. Stay away from the fruit on the table, it's wax.
Hi, Ma.
Oh, Dorothy, I didn't know you were coming over. Did you bring the kids?
No, actually, I wanted a chance to talk to you alone.
Sal, Dorothy's here.
Don't worry about it. You won't be needing it. Dorothy, get dressed. You're fine.
I beg your pardon?
We've run every test known to man. They're all normal. You can get dressed, go home, enjoy your life.
But, Dr. Stevens, I was always healthy, and then I came down with this flu. I can't get rid of it. I've been sick for 5 months now.
A nurse's uniform murdered in this house with a handsaw? Heavens, no! Are you sure? I'm getting a very strong vibration. I see a woman in a white uniform writhing and screaming, and there's a man kneeling over her.
Well, if it was last Wednesday, that was me and the gentleman I'm currently dating, but...
Hanley. He said he was being shipped off to Korea and would probably die, and it would mean so much. That was my part of the war effort. It took 3 seconds. I wasn't sure that we had done anything, actually, until 9 months...
Directions on it?
Oh, honey, we've made these Sundays hundreds of times. We don't need directions.
No, I mean directions for the wedding. I promised to get the cake there by 8 o'clock.
Do you believe her? She doesn't stop for a minute.
I don't agree with it, but I do understand the thinking behind it. My granddaddy was the same way. He always said, idle hands are the devil's workshop.
It's my treat.
With rainbow sprinkles, they're 5 cents extra.
What the hell? I'm a sport.
Rose, are you still here? Dorothy's due back with Angela.
Thanks. Let's roll. Off the hook.
Not one phone call from a man all day, Rose. By the way, Dorothy, if I were a lesbian, I sure would be a popular one. Look at this. 20 calls. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's... What am I doing?
Let's drive to Disney World and ride the teacups.
Oh, too wild, Rose.
Hey, I know a bar over in Cocoa Beach where you can pick up over-the-hill astronauts. Or there's some rocky road in the...
Ma, listen to me. You got Martha Ray and Madge mixed up again.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Ma, would you like to listen to a joke?
Is this from your act?
Could be. I went down to the Comedy Barrel and signed up for Monday night. Let me try this out on you.
Okay.
The nitty-gritty, why don't you all tell me a little bit about yourself?
Fine. I'm a teacher. I'm divorced.
I'm a widow. No man would leave me unless he absolutely had to. I'm 41 years old. I'm 5'6". I weigh 108 pounds, and my hair is its natural hue.
Oh. Sure, Blanche. Yours?
I still can't say I understand what you're doing, but I do intend to try to respect your decision to do it. I want you to be happy.
I am happy, Blanche.
I know.
So are you telling me you are ready to have a brand new brother-in-law?
Really nice meeting you. I'm sure she's all right, but you call me if you need me, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Huh?
Goodbye, Elliot.
Goodbye, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you for being a kind and generous God.
My little girl is going to have a baby by artificial insemination. I just can't bear to think about it. I'm just being silly, aren't I?
Well, if you didn't hit on him.
I thought everybody'd like some Flugelkaka.
Mrs. Nyland, would you mind answering a few questions?
As long as it's not math.
Here, honey, why don't you sit right down here? It's very nice.
What happened? You know when you told her to drop dead? Yeah. I think she did.
Let her down to the pharmacy and give it to Bill.
Oh, Blanche, you're not going to send that letter. I mean, that's so cold. Don't you think you owe him a face-to-face explanation?
Good job, Dorothy. Cut off what little income I've got.
Blanche, instead of sending the letter, why don't you talk to him? I mean, get to know...
Oh, come on. You said the exact same things to me before you took me this shady. I'll go pretty up.
Rose?
The story about Uncle Hurtis and the 3 skunks in the fountain, which should last about...
1900 hours.
Dorothy, here's the transmitter. Just keep it in the palm of your hand, and then with one quick movement, stick it under the table. That's all there is to it.
All right, so there any other questions?
Look.
I can carry a book. It's a free country. Even the Statue of Liberty carries a book.
You were driving again.
Who says?
This phone book is still warm. You were sitting on it so you could see over the steering wheel.
You know me, safety first.
You stole my car?
Only if
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. It's all those other people.
Was it some kind of accident? No, don't tell me. If I get upset, I'll eat.
What happened, Rose?
They closed the center.
Not your grief counseling center.
No, the Kennedy Space Center. She wanted to be the first Lutheran on the moon.
Oh, you're out of the job. And a crackling fire, and my God, Dorothy, it must be 120 in here.
Morning, Rose.
Dorothy, sometimes you can be so cruel. Honey, what's the matter?
Everything.
Footsie in here. Charlie never wanted Rose. Frank and Dorothy might want to play footsie.
Oh. Oh.
How do I look?
Beautiful. Go back and change. Oh, honey, that outfit might be all right for a gay funeral in New Orleans, but it's... Nobody takes my mama's jewels without swinging for it. Nighty-night.
So those are the facts, ladies. It's not a pretty picture. 1 out of...
Calm down, everybody. How did this happen?
I remember. That moron made us promise we'd have our heads frozen and meet 100 years later.
And we did it?
No one's leaving this kitchen until someone tells the truth.
I'll tell
Miles.
Dorothy stole $500 from me.
You liar!
Well, just stop it, both of you. We're all friends here. And there are going to be times when we...
Reason to bore your friends with a dull story, you know, so you embellish it. You add a little shading, a little color, a little hot tub. I guess it finally caught up with me. But I do think I've learned my lesson. Can we have... Oh, Laszlo, just one more thing. You know that famous Picasso painting, Nude Woman Playing the Violin?
Well, of course.
Well, originally it was called Blanche Playing the Violin. Only it wasn't a violin. You think about that the next time you're standing around with your chisel in your hand.
Rose, honey. Are you awake?
I don't know.
Oh, that's good enough. I need to talk to someone. Rose, it's been a terrible night. Ted turned out to be as big a jerk as dirty movies.
I'm going to bed.
Me too. I think I'll call it a night.
Dorothy, do you really think you ought to sleep in the same bed as Sophia? You could get that cold.
You know, you're right, Blanche. Ma, you sleep in your own room. Jean can sleep in my room tonight.
You're letting a sick old woman sleep in her own bed? With her own pillow?
And in her house, how normal can she be?
I kept her chicken in my home.
You see my point?
I will not have that filthy beast in my house. It belongs in a barnyard.
This is not a farm chicken. Count Bessie is a showbiz chicken. Wait till you see this.
A showbiz chicken.
If you get rid of it, the sore heals, and you feel better.
Anger is like a piece of shredded wheat.
You want poetry? You listen to Neil Diamond. You want good advice? You listen to your mother.
Maybe you're right.
At 8 o'clock.
See you later, Boff. Biff. Patrick.
Blanche, come on. Hi, Mr. Vaughn.
Oh, please call me Patrick.
I was with him thinking, what in the world does this man like about me?
So you went back to Tom because you know what he likes.
Yes, but the whole time I was with him, I was miserable because I wanted to be with John.
Well, then tell all this to John.
I guess that is my only choice. Yes, I'm going to look him up tonight and I'm going to patch things up. Oh, but you have to take the back stairs to get to him. Unless you have that special key for the main elevator. I'm guessing.
I mean, we got a problem.
I guess that without thinking about it, you've become a very comfortable part of my life. When I thought you were gone,
Suddenly life wasn't so comfortable anymore. I really missed you.
You miss knowing Bushman awaits. Hey, I haven't spent this much time thinking about...
Of course, there's some things I don't understand, like poverty. And the spokesmodel category on Star Search. But then again, you work your wonders in mysterious ways. A couple of years ago, on a night like this, I would have frozen to death because I was by myself.
No, I don't want to. I just hate bowling. All I ever wanted to do was look cute in my new outfit.
We all look cute in your new outfit.
That does it.
The host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another of our special programs coming to you from Florida. You have just met our 3 contestants. They are all very eager to get underway. The categories are cows,
I vote no. Well, I agree with Ma. I mean, why should we get involved in something that might be dangerous?
Dorothy, if it was going to be dangerous, they wouldn't let us get involved.
Blanche has a point. And besides, if anything happens, we've got the police right here with us.
I just had an idea. Little Slice of Sicily's a family restaurant, and a mother-daughter commercial would be great. How'd you like to be in it?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to check my schedule. You see, I'm a substitute teacher.
Please, so someone else sets up the driver's ed cones.
All right, Ma. Actually wanted to.
You mean she has the energy, just not the desire?
Exactly. You know, her mother lived to be 94 and was active right up until the very end. I remember when Grandma was in a wheelchair, she was on the go from morning till night. But she always had time to talk to her grandchildren. Gee, if I close my eyes, I can... Greatest dog in the world. The present company excluded. Oh, I loved that dog. He was always with me. I thought I'd never be able to get along without him. And one day he died. I cried for a week. And I decided then I would never, ever go through that again. Where are they, Rose? Hiding in the shower?
She means a lot of people have probably croaked in here.
I know what she means, Ma. I just don't need to hear it the night before surgery.
Come on, don't be such a baby. I had my appendix out in the hospital in Sicily. That was rough.
Was coming here in the first place.
Dorothy, I thought you went to bed.
Can't sleep. I just lie awake thinking about Michael and Lorraine.
There's only one problem with your plan, Pussycat. One of us is going to get the gift from Rose. Dorothy, she's right, and you know how hard it is pretending to like Rose's gifts. Forget it, no way.
Oh, come on now, Blanche, don't be so childish. I mean, we each stand and... Bye. Ma! Ma!
You must be Tommy's boy. How's the team look this year?
But I just sit here a little while longer and look at the Christmas tree.
Oh, it sure is beautiful, isn't it? I think I'll stay and keep you company.
I think that's a good idea. This has been such a pleasant evening. I hate to see it end.
Oh, me too.
Honey, there are no holes in it.
I know. That's because they're all in your head. Now listen, I cannot live in a house with a gun.
Dorothy, don't overreact. Rose, good. You get a gun, you kill him.
Kill him. We'll have a dead gardener. Now listen, Rose, this has gone too far.
Sophia, what's going on? Nothing. Nothing.
Sophia! Even the birds do it that way when they migrate.
I don't believe this.
could be worse. We could be going to Beaver Falls.
Beaver Falls? That's my stop.
Watch a little TV to unwind, take my mind off my troubles.
What are you watching?
Judgment at Nuremberg. Oh, Rose, do you think I did the right thing?
Well, sure, if you don't care how the movie ends.
I meant about Michael and Lorraine.
Oh.
Let's go. She was a frogman and swam right into the bulkhead. They put a metal plate in her head. Now she gets HBO through her eyeballs. Don't look at me like that. If Tyson has another fight, you may want to set her up in the rec hall.
This is all hard to believe.
If it's not true...
Dan asked me to marry him.
And
I accepted.
I don't know what to say. Well, I sure as hell do group hug. Dorothy. The ring. Oh, Dorothy, it's beautiful. Oh, are those
murdered by Charles?
With George, when I'd hear a noise, I'd wake him up, and then he'd take out his gun, and then he'd have to find the bullets, because I'd always hide the bullets, and then when he found the bullets, we'd make love.
Who the hell are you, Bill Moyers?
That is classic. Bill Moyers.
Fine, come on, Dorothy. I'll give you some great stuff while we're on Space Mountain.
Not so fast. Ma, I have a surprise for you.
What is it?
Remember all those photos we kept in Pop's old cigar boxes? I've organized them into these.
He's a leper. I'm the only one who'll touch him.
Good morning,
It's me, Blanche.
Oh, Blanche, you're not a terrible person. You're just horny all the time.
Rose, it's Dorothy.
Gosh, I can't talk to her, not now. Oh. You're seeing Glenn? I don't want to hear about it.
Well, I don't want to talk about it. Good night.
Good night.
What are you doing up so late?
I was hungry. I was making myself a sandwich. Do you want one?
No, thanks. We went out to dinner.
Oh, there's trouble, mister. I got a better case than Valerie Harper.
Excuse me, ladies, pardon me. Is there a problem here?
Only if you consider a class action suit and a boycott by OREP a problem.
I thought it was NOPRO.
This is too big for NOPRO. This is all the way up to OREP.
OREP?
Organization of Retired and Elderly People.
Either that story is actually funny, or the batteries are going in and out in my hearing aid. Rose, I want you to know that I think it's very sweet that you're keeping an old lady company.
Old as you are and still be in the business. Well, good luck.
I've never felt so good and so cheap in my whole I don't know how to thank you all for helping me with this test.
Pay us.
Ma! It's our pleasure, Rose.
Okay, what we have to do is try these different hair removal products.
Oh, no. I just have something in my eye.
That's dog love in your eyes.
All right, I admit it. I love dogs. It just breaks my heart that that dog is gone.
I know. I felt the same way when I dropped him off. That's why I stopped.
Yes. Well, I'd been dating Senior since I was 12. I had my reputation to consider.
Shut up, Mom.
After George and I were married, I began to realize that Jamie had this yen for me. Poor boy.
Blanche, you coming with us?
Oh, you're kidding, of course.
Oh, you love it.
Oh, nothing personal, honey, but those places are meant for desperate, hopeless people who can't find someone any other way.
Well, if you're sure.
I'd rather...
He would have adored you.
Do you think this is the right outfit to wear to a castle?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And you'll be glad of that sweater. Castles can be very drafty. Are you two coming? The spaghetti is getting cold. We'll be there in a minute, Sophia. We're in the middle of a makeup lesson. I hope the kid can help you. You wear more rouge than Miss Piggy.
Then I said to myself, Blanche, too much rouge. So, after a few minor adjustments, may I present the new Sophia Petrillo.
Money it has coming to it?
And I'll bet you do a fine job of it.
Thank you. However, I have no personal stake in this whatsoever. Now, is that understood?
Oh, yes, yes.
You bet, my man.
Then cut the crap, paisan.
Well, enjoy and be healthy. I wonder if she's seen my umbrella with the duck handle.
You know, I haven't been able to find my ankle bracelet.
Come on, I think it's time to search her room again.
We've been friends for nearly 60 years. Would you mind saying a few words? Me? Mind? Well, I'd be happy to. Today is a day of great... She can't help it. Blanche needs a man. She told me when George died, she made a date at the funeral. Well, not that she wouldn't love George. She can't be without a man. You know what I'm saying?
You up to your neck in sand and let the children throw baseballs at you for 25 cents?
Well, I can't hold that against you. That was for charity.
Yeah, right. Charity.
Forget it, Sophia. Impersonating Charlie was horrible.
Okay. I made a mistake, but not as big as...
Well, she keeps calling. What should I do?
I'll get you off that phone. Rose, I've fallen and can't get up. Help me!
I can't help you right now. I'm on the phone. I wouldn't trade in my time with Charlie for anything. I'm glad I didn't wait for you then, Buzz. And I'm not going to wait for you this time either.
Well, I guess I better get going. All right, you get your hands off my woman! Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me.
Where is it?
It's Dr. Bud, the neurologist I saw in New York, the one who told me I was just getting old and to go see a psychiatrist.
Dorothy, don't make a scene.
Order without me.
Up at the animal shelter. Come on in, guys. Come on,
This is very important, Rose. It might take a couple of hours, so relax and get comfortable.
The last time someone said that to me, I had 2 pigs on my back and I was pushing a wheelbarrow.
Why?
I owe it to her. I'm her friend.
But there's nothing to tell her. This is just some crazy hunch.
My hunches are never wrong. Mrs. Gandhi would be alive today if she had taken my call. I'm going to tell her.
You are not. I will not let you.
Stop crying.
Morning, Ma. How you feeling?
I'm not sure. What did we have for dinner last night?
Mexican.
Oh, then I'm okay.
Hi, girls. Guess where I'm going? Girls, was this the only mail today?
Yes, can you believe it? People magazine is late again. I'm going to have to give that mailman another talking to.
This time you might want to try something a little more forceful than asking them in for a cafe Vienna and a warm bath.
Dorothy, the man had just recovered from a hernia operation. Anyway, I got bigger problems. I don't have an act for the talent show. Talent show? Could I be in it? Blanche, what you're talented at isn't generally done on a stage. This isn't downtown Saigon.
Ma, will you do me a favor and forget about the talent show? You're just going to end up with egg on your face, like last. I see you finally got your new glasses.
Yeah, I also got these to beg for spare change on the corner.
That is enough. Now look, we have to stop this moping around. So we don't have the money anymore. I mean, we still have a great deal to be thankful for. We live in a lovely home. We have our health and we...
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's awful, but I have this incredible sweet tooth.
What is it?
Cheesecake.
What kind?
Chocolate.
Oh, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I guess some things never change.
They sure don't. We've all...
You sold cigarettes. You brought cancer to people.
No matter what you think, George, I'm going to try to get work in the entertainment business, but that's not all. That's just my part. You've got a part, too. You've got to be here more.
Well, you never complained before.
Well, the kids were here. I didn't notice. But, George, time...
I hope we're not late.
Rose, listen, we have something to tell you.
This is amazing. This is so amazing to think I'm giving a press conference, and next week we all go to Moscow. Can you believe it, Dorothy?
No, but then again, I can't believe that God wanted Jerry Falwell to go down that water slide in a cheap suit. Ma, you always stick up for him. The fact is, he has always made the wrong choices when it came to women.
Oh, and you've always made the right choices when it came to relationships? Need I remind the three of you of the Yutz parade that's been through this house? Hero.
Father Amara, this is a surprise.
Hello, Dorothy. May I come in?
Well, of course you may. Please come in. Ma, Blanche, this is Father O'Mara, St. Sebastian's Dean of...
Ridicule. I've been going through a very tough time lately.
And we're concerned, Blanche. Jealous and concerned.
You haven't drowned yourself in young men since this time last year, when you brought those twins home from the Jimmy Smith's look-alike contest.
Oh, yeah. Jorge and Esteban. Romantic.
Lives without men.
Oh, who?
Well, Inga Lundqvist.
Who was she, some Swedish lesbian?
She was a neighbor of ours.
Not by chance the one who shredded her husband with some farm machinery.
Yes. And she never remarried, and she led a very happy rest of...
What are you two doing up?
It's not important. Go back to bed.
Ma, it's 5:30 in the morning. It's a little early to be selling lunch.
We wanted to get the best corner before Johnny No Thumb shows up with his lunch wagon.
Johnny No Thumbs?
Well, actually, he has several fingers missing from each hand.
Blanche, get to the point.
I need a chaperone now. Do I have to call in all the favors you owe me?
What favors?
I need a chaperone now. Do I have to call in all the favors you owe me?
I don't owe you any favors.
Oh, really? But, officer, the little old lady was...
Until I do need them.
Oh, come on. Now, Rose, don't let this bother you. You'll date again.
Of course she will. Honey, have you given any thought to advertising?
Oh, Blanche, I could never dress the way you do. Besides, I have to wear undies. Not all my wool skirts are lined.
But this is wonderful news, Dorothy. It wasn't your fault. And with the insurance money, Max and Sophia can build again, bigger and better than ever. Oh, from these ashes a phoenix will rise, stronger, healthier, more vibrant, more successful than before.
Come on, Ma. Now be nice. They're looking forward to your visit. The 6 boys are giving up their bedroom for you.
It'll be a miserable week. I don't even know where I am going.
Ma, it's your grandson's graduation.
Big deal. Animal grooming school. He'll know how to make that fluffy ball at the end of a poodle's tail. You could die before you get the bottle open. What's the matter, honey? Aren't you feeling well? Oh, just a little achy, that's all.
Achy? What kind of achy? Head achy? Stomach achy? Back achy? What achy?
Dorothy, relax. It's probably just a little cold. She'll be all right.
Yes, but I won't. I hear a story about somebody catching a cold and I...
We tell Dorothy we want to go to Hollywood? Why don't we? As soon as she gets up. Hey, to Hollywood! To Hollywood!
Morning. I guess you ladies didn't recognize...
I've never been in a place like this. Are these all real cowboys?
Of course, Ruth.
He just knows there's somebody I can't see anymore. Oh, Carl is quite a guy. Lately, I've been dreaming about him at night. Not Miles. Although I do have one dream that both Carl and Miles are in. Oh.
Long way, baby.
Hello.
Oh, Ma, I'm glad you're here. I got a call from Mr. Porter. He thinks you're pushing the folks at Cypress Grove too hard.
Big deal. One little dance till you drop marathon. It only took 10 minutes.
And what's this about their staying into the night doing homework?
A little bag of fries with that ranch house burger. I don't know why. It doesn't trip naturally off my tongue.
Sophia, they took half your day's pages for that?
This manager is a shark. He's bucking for supervisor. He told Mildred and Edna they could only take 10-minute bathroom breaks. Question. It has to do with honesty, friendship, love, hate, all the biggies.
So what should I do?
Please. Socrates sat under an olive tree in a sheet for years thinking about this kind of stuff. I'm a poor immigrant with a third-grade education. Give me 2 minutes.
I just got a special delivery letter from St. Olaf. Uh-oh. It's from the Department of Water and Coffee.
Coffee?
No, thanks. It makes me jumpy.
He knows Phil like a book.
No charge. Dorothy, help me out here. Dorothy?
I'm thinking.
Look, if I have hurt somebody, I am sorry. But you should know I've hurt myself worse. Sophia, I did the best I could.
I suppose you did.
Can't you find it?
I'm going to make this up to you.
I said just forget it, Rose.
No, I've already decided. For 1 week, I am going to be your personal Wiedenfrugen.
Can one woman do that for another?
Only if they're the same height. What the hell is a Wiedenfrugen?
Other than Mr. Burt Reynolds himself. Sophia, honey. Oh, no.
Don't worry, my daughter treats me the same way.
Kids, once they're over 50, they think they know everything.
I cannot believe my mother is hanging out with that cheap hood.
You mean Rocco?
No, Rose. I mean Spiro Agnew. He gave her a highway contract.
Anna, they're worried about you back at the home. I'm afraid you're gonna have to come with me.
Attention! Express to Cedar Grove, River Junction, Northern Falls, now boarding.
For crying out loud, Jacob, there's 3 people here. You could have just pointed to the door.
You see my teddy bear, Fernando? He's missing. I've had him since I was 6 years old. I have to find him. I just have to.
Calm down now, honey. He's just a toy.
Fernando is not just a toy. He's a family heirloom. I've had him for as long as I can remember. I don't know what I'd do without him.
Rose, now don't panic. Look, we'll find him. smells great. She probably defrosted something I already cooked. Yeah, I did. But I had to throw it out. It smelled like it had gone bad. It's probably no good to begin with. After all, you cooked it. That does it!
Ma got something caught in her throat.
Now, I know it's a big responsibility to take care of one, but I bought a boxer.
You spent $3,000 for a dog.
He's no dog, he's a winner. Come on in, Pepe.
Wait a minute, Ma, you bought a prize fighter?
It's a once-in-a-life...
Yeah, must be. I just brought it out.
Michael decided to take this.
Dorothy, that's our jacket. Do something.
I'm sorry, Rose. I left my flamethrower in my other purse.
Here, let me handle this. Listen here, mister. Now, I would like to have a word with you. I paid good money that is about to erupt from a man who just spent a cold, lonely year cooped up with a pack of dwarfs. I'm not sure. All I know is the sight of a Santa sets my body aflame with unbridled desire.
Oh, come on, Ma. We're leaving.
Wait, I gotta see at least one man bat. What a hit!
I got it. I got it. I got it. Ma, you all right?
Fine, fine. Only next time, Salvador, either we start lower on the bed or remove the headboard.
Bye. Oh, Blanche, I'm sorry.
Forget it. Girls, I have something very important to tell you.
What is it?
Look. He proposed.
Oh, Blanche, that is the biggest diamond I've ever seen.
I know. I'll tell you what won't work, honey. That's you and me here in the same office. Stealing that banquet from me was bad enough, but when you start hiding things from me, you have gone too far. If you want this job that bad that you have to lie and cheat and sneak around, then you can have it. I quit. Dorothy, look, Marguerite didn't throw out people.
Oh, good. Morning, Rose.
Hi, Dorothy.
Rose, why are you...
And we're rolling.
We're here at the 13th Annual Miami Pet Dog Expo, where you're going to...
All right, everybody, hands up! All right, you, behind the desk. I want the cash. Everyone else, I want your wallets and your jewelry. Move it!
For God's sake, we've got to do something.
But he's got a gun. Mrs. Nyland, what are we going to do?
Angelo will be on a plane headed for Brooklyn. Wish I'd taken my raincoat.
Why are you two dressed like that?
Well, these are our costumes for the play, Dorothy. We were in the middle of dress rehearsal when they told us all to go home right away.
There's a hurricane heading...
See it, which is what you usually hear, let us see it. Now they said, well, if you and the ladies can't make it work, we better start looking at it now. And that saves so much time, and that trust and that bond worked really well for us, I think. I
only got one call once from Betty asking for a new line, once. It wasn't even a new line, she goes, it was the mayor.
Choice. It so happens that I am Miss Andra Dickinson. And now, if you don't mind, I would like 2 rooms.
You don't look like Angie Dickinson to me.
I know I have altered my appearance for a very important movie role.
Yeah, it's as you've said the same thing to me just that way ever since I was in the 3rd grade. That's sweet.
It's not sweet. It's pathetic. 52 years and you never stopped off anywhere. Get a life. So did you teach anybody anything today?
Well, I tried, but it seems...
Here. It was some treat. You made an old lady feel young again. You're okay.
We love you, Sophia.
Oh, we sure do. This is nice to die with friends. I'm gonna close my eyes now, but I'm only resting.
Boy, man, we've just been inseparable ever since.
Hey, Cochran, what are you sitting with the guest for? It's time to serve the main course.
You want me to come back after dessert?
No.
Do I...
इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली तेव्हाच खोललंय अकाउंट त्याला खोलून झाला महिना तिला देतो या रिक्वेस्ट एकीचा रिप्लाय येईना तेव्हाच खोललंय अकाउंट त्याला खोलून झाला महिना तिला देतो या रिक्वेस्ट एकीचा रिप्लाय येईना पाहून एकीचा डीपी डोळ्यात साठवली पाहून एकीचा डीपी डोळ्यात साठवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली आली रिक्वेस्ट ती वयानं भरली मोठी कोणाच्या लमाचं पाप देवा घेतो का कसोटी इतक्यात आली रिक्वेस्ट ती वयानं भरली मोठी कोणाच्या लमाचं पाप देवा घेतो का कसोटी झाला डोक्याला ताप माझ्या कशी बशी मी कटवली झाला डोक्याला ताप माझ्या कशी बशी मी कटवली स्नॅपचॅटवर भावान पोरगी पटवली स्नॅपचॅटवर भावान पोरगी पटवली उशिरा का होईना माझी तळमळ कळाली कशी हवी होती मला तशीच मिळाली का होईना माझी तळमळ कळाली कशी हवी होती मला तशीच मिळाली मयशी केला विषय पूर्ण सनित चिंता मिटवली मयशी केला विषय पूर्ण सनित चिंता मिटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली इंस्टाग्रामवर भावान पोरगी पटवली सोशल मीडियावरती भावान पोरगी पटवली सोशल